Give us a call. It's more to us. It's personal.
Nancy Cogar, elder law attorney here in town, is on the show today. And I said, Nancy, what are we talking about? You know what you did?
I know.
You hung your head. She went, taxes. Nobody wants to talk about taxes.
No, it's kind of the unnecessary evil, but the necessary evil.
Yeah.
It's hard to get around.
But especially in your line of work, right? I would think taxes are even A, more complicated, and B, more important to sort through.
Well,
and
and I don't want everybody's eyes to glaze over at home, but that's really the reason I wanted to talk to you about this, because everybody's familiar with income tax. That's the tax that comes out when you get paid. But there are other types of taxes. There's inheritance tax. There's estate tax. That can be on the state level or the federal level. And even if you take certain assets and liquidate them, they can be subject to some heavy taxes. And during estates, that can really come back and bite you.
Okay, so in Tennessee, we don't have a state income tax, so how does that factor in for us?
Right. Well, the federal government has an income tax.
Right. But
right now, at least.
You'll be paying it just the one time.
Yes, and the same thing with the inheritance tax. So the federal estate tax is very high. It's $26 million per married couple. I don't know very many people that have estates that large. But you're exempt as long as you're under that. You're not exempt from income tax, but you're exempt from estate tax.
Okay, so when you're talking today and people are listening to you, are you sort of talking to people my age who might be having older parents to make sure that their estate is in order? Are you helping advise me now for what I'll want to be thinking about? A combo platter?
Both, because without, again, getting too technical, but I think it's really, I had one, give you a real life example. Okay. I had one estate where the individual inherited an IRA from the person that died. Well, they liquidated the IRA and didn't pay any tax. And then they died. And guess what? The IRS came back and was looking for $60,000, not only in taxes, but in penalties. So that's why you got to be really careful. And that's my main message today. You got to be really careful when you're planning when it comes to the type of assets and what do you do when someone dies. Most things are inheritance tax free, but that doesn't mean they're going to be tax free. And I just think it's something that people need to really pay attention to. I say don't do it yourself. Don't do it yourself with this.
Okay, wait, so go back.
Yeah.
You said most people think most people inherit things tax-free, but it's not really tax-free. So what does that mean?
Well, yet again, I don't want to get into too much of the taxes, but there's different types of taxes. So, for instance, you've got, say, an IRA that's got $100,000 in it, and then you liquidate that. Well, that's subject to income tax.
Okay.
But in Tennessee, at least, it's not subject to inheritance tax.
Okay.
So you're going to get double taxed in some places, and that's why I want people to know. I want more money to go to them versus to our wonderful uncle.
Well, and kind of the old adage of there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Right.
So if you are inheriting something or selling something, you don't get all of it, and probably. So better, I guess, to be more conservative than need be and maybe pay on some taxes you don't owe, and then you'll get it back?
Right. Well, and if I have a minute,
I'll
tell you
more than a minute. You're the expert.
So houses, right? A lot of people out there just think, I'll quit claim my house to my kids. That is one of the worst things you can do. Because, Chattanooga houses have gotten a lot more valuable around here, and everybody wants to live here. Well, you may have paid $50,000 for your house, and now it's worth $500,000, right? And that's a good place to be. But if you quit claim it, you're giving away all your rights to equity that are in there. So otherwise, if it was an inheritance, your kids would take it at your day-to-death value. So, without getting too much in the weeds, I just, again, want to circle back and tell people planning is so important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't plan, then all these, or you do it yourself, all these things are really just going to come back and bite you.
So let me tell you a couple of things. One, because I'm sure you're thinking, I want to know more from this lady because she knows so much. She does know so much. She does not have a lot of free time herself. She just doesn't. So one, she knows that you don't either.
Yes.
And she's not going to expect you to come all the time, but she's available when you want to come and kind of counsel with her and let her advise you.
Right.
The other thing is, somehow in her free time, she's managed to write a book so that we can at home kind of get some guidance from you. You call it what? The Boomer
It's
Time
called
Blueprint?
Boomer Time Blueprint. It goes along with the podcast Boomer Time with Nancy Cogar. So I'm just trying to break down a lot of these complex issues so that you at home can understand, what am I supposed to do? Why am I supposed to do it? And what happens if I don't do it the right way?
Yeah.
You know, those
And-
are painful lessons.
And just like you were able to give us a real example today,
Yeah.
I'm sure you were inspired to write the book because of what you see at work every day.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't want people having to go through the mistakes of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Great to see you today.
You too, always.
The books are on pre-order. It is called the Boomer Time Blueprint. You can catch her podcast, though, Boomer Time with Nancy Cogar. She drops it, I love to say that, every Tuesday. NancyCogar.com is her website, and there's her phone number if you want to call and see about making an appointment with her. It is true estate planning and elder law every step of the way.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You are welcome. Thank you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. For over 35 years, we've battled against insurance company giants, and we've won a lot. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Winter's here in Chattanooga, and your home's exterior should be ready for it. If your windows are leaking heat, your siding is aging, or your deck needs new life, now's the perfect time to make an upgrade. And Armor Exteriors is making it easier than ever to get started. Get your new windows, siding, or deck installed this winter, and don't pay a penny until spring. That's no